Hi, welcome to this part of my review featuring Hellborn, the role-playing game. If you haven't seen the other parts of my review featuring this tabletop RPG, where you play as fallen angels, lost souls and demons, making a name for themselves in a hell touched by cybernetics, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the Ring of Gluttony, Gula. The concept of gluttony conjures many different pictures, all of them vile. Green mold infesting piles of half-eaten food, dirty plates stacked with detritus, obese and disgusting people gathered around a great table piled high with whatever is relatively edible or even inedible, to repugnant excess. Gluttony is a mess, both literally and figuratively. Records show that until 200 years ago, it was a disgusting wreck of a city, with very little to offer in terms of shelter, safety, or sustainability. It would still look like a medieval disaster zone, if not for Baphomet's intervention all those years ago, bringing technology and modern renovations to the filth and ruins. Beelzebub, the godfather of the gluttony ring, however, has become less active in the politics and works of the ring, as gluttony moves towards a more modern and technological standard. Outside of Ekron, the capital city of gluttony, there are a few locales that have managed to survive the deadly environment of the gluttony ring. The all-consuming forest has claimed the lives of many travelers that have entered it, with only a scant few living to tell the tale. On the western side of the gluttony ring, there is Blackcap Grove. This is a farming outpost whose main purpose is to harvest herbs and mushrooms in the area, mostly populated by sinners and Carion. And then there is Slugram. This was the byproduct of nomadic sinners that decided to settle in the gluttony ring. It is a shanty town built on top of a swamp riddled with the corpses of the citizens' ancestors. Let's talk about the different inhabitants of gluttony. We have the Carion. The far lands of the gluttony ring are home to the Carion, ancient heralds of Father Beelzebub's eternal pestilence, which leave nothing but disease and withering in their wake. The origins of the Carion date back to the War of Eternity. They were once known as the Four Token, living and operating under the authority of their progenitor, one of the first dragons of gluttony, the Harrowing. True avians at heart, the Carion live in communities scattered across the Seven Rings, within biological constructs named by the gluttony natives as fester nests. These nests are created through a process of altering the environment around the desired locations, decaying it until their preferred standards of life are reached. Originally bestowed upon them by the Harrowing and improved to near perfection by Beelzebub, the Carion make use of the Pestis boon, which allows them to gain control over disease and entropy themselves. Not only that, but they are well-known manipulators of parasitic and plague-ridden life forms, which while may not be an issue for the blighted denizens of the gluttony ring, it makes them nearly unanimously disliked across the other rings. The Carion, in the image of their precursor, are bipedal avians, standing over 1.8 meters tall, and with a wingspan that can reach up to 5 meters. Due to their nature and their environmental conditions, their bodies are commonly decayed, almost cadaverous in appearance, releasing a stench that would make even the smell sensors of an artifact's construct go haywire. Then we have the Empusa. Rot and decay are major aspects of the sin of gluttony. Food and living matter rots, while objects and materials decay. This decay calls to swarms of flies, and are known as the Empusa. They say that Beelzebub himself made the Empusa from the flies that lived inside his body. They took the form of a human with the features of a fly. They were bestowed with the gift of being able to decay or rejuvenate things that they touch. Their boon, Vita, allows them to control the forces of life and death, as well as decay and restoration. They can command the bodies of others to both become stronger, faster, and more vigorous, but also force their bodies and life force to crumble down and putrefy in the blink of an eye. The Empusa resemble humanoid bugs. They stand at around 2.5 meters high, with the average height being 250 centimeters. They are quite light, being about 50 kilograms in weight. They possess a pair of large, fly-like wings that retract and protrude whenever they desire. Empusa also have an ant-like head, with smaller eyes and a pair of antennae that helps them hear normally inaudible frequencies and also communicate with other Empusa. Then we have details on places such as Ekron, which is one of the oldest cities of Hell, if not the oldest. Legends say that Ekron's counterpart in the mortal realm was named by Beelzebub himself. The city is dated around 1000 BCE and was founded by Beelzebub after his descent into archdemonhood. The city quickly grew and became a beautiful city despite its dilapidated and depressing surroundings. Ekron resembles an amalgamation of brutalist architecture and overgrown ruins. Then we have the Old Hive, commonly referred to as the Old City. The Old Hive is the center of Ekron. Many of its ruins have been rebuilt into newer apartments to accommodate the citizens of Ekron, adorned with hanging cables and overgrown flora. We also have information on the Brass Quarter. Separated by the river of Pucks, the district has been a center of commerce and an essential part of the city in the Age of Gloom. We also have details on the Smog Breather district, called as such due to the toxicity of the air surrounding the district. There is also the Unliving district, which is a large residential precinct with multiple similar concrete apartments. Many mortals have described them as Soviet-era complexes, with rows upon rows of identical balconies and windows stretching up towards the sky. There is also the Desolate district, on the northeast side. In stark contrast to the Brass Quarter, the Desolate district accommodates much more criminal activity and exchanges. It is the home of the Death Market, where you can find living people, dead people, items stolen from people, and various beasts and monstrosities. Then we have the Pits, which is a district located to the southeast part of Ekron. Surrounding the pit are towering skyscrapers, so tall that the filth and stench does not reach the upper floors. These are owned by the wealthiest and most influential members of the Gluttony Ring, who revel in their excess and opulence. And this concludes this part of the review. In the next part we are going to talk about the Ring of Greed, Avaritia. When it comes to the Ring of Gluttony, what a disgusting place. But you can definitely appreciate the contrast. There are places that are neat and orderly in comparison, but they exist side by side with the refuse, the decay, the rot. It sounds like a great place to hide some mysteries within the filth. Thank you for watching this part of the review, and thank you for your likes and your comments. If you have any questions or comments, please let me know. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, the information on how to do that will be in the description below. This has been Abraham El Jaguar, a professional game master. If you want me to run a game for you, please check out the pinned comment below. And remember, roleplay solves everything. Once again, thank you, and see you later.